We'll talk about the elephant in the room.
I hope he had 30 points. He shot the ball 19 times. He's going to end up getting a lot of dudes fired.
Ohio State always loses one.
Alrighty, we're back. I know we said that we were going to be back Sunday, but me and Shep decided to take a couple personal days just to relax
PTO.
and enjoy, I guess, everything that happened over the weekend with the sporting events. We're going to recap the football games. We'll do that. There's a bunch of other stuff to go over with football too. Don't worry, we'll get to that. Michigan. We're gonna start out though with basketball here. We'll recap it and we'll just do whatever Shep wants to do with it. So Shep, the floor is yours.
Take it away. So from last Friday, we'll talk from then. So I'll do Saturday games then. First up, I want to start with Iowa State because they are my new team. I am a Cyclones fan for life. This is the funnest team in basketball for me to watch personally. Love how they play the game. They're what Houston's supposed to be, but better. They can just actually score the ball and they will play defense. And I think their game against Purdue showed that. It was an 81-58 victory for them. Absolutely blew Purdue out of the water. I was saying before that Purdue is the undisputed number one before coming into this game. I think they have some good wins under their belt. And it's hard to play at Purdue, but Iowa State just came in there and just owned them. Just did everything right. Looking at the box score, Braden Smith had 11 points, 8 assists. I'm pretty sure he averages almost a double-double in that category. We'll go there. Let me look up because I want to say his name correctly. Milan Blakovic. I know I said or shouted him out last podcast. Next coming of Dirk, some of the white Jesus, came out, had a great game. Was 8 for 17. Could have made a few more shots, but I mean, this Iowa State team is just fun to watch. Did you watch that game at all?
No, I didn't. Who's the next coming of Dirk?
Milan Maklovic. I can't say his name. He's a foreign dude. He's been there for, I want to say he's a senior. He was one of the top recruits out of Minnesota. Fun kid to watch. His post fade looks just like Dirk.
Really?
It's beautiful. Fun to watch him.
This was Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday's game. He had 20 points. He only had one rebound because all he was doing was just getting buckets. Buckets.
Who did they play again? Who'd you say?
Purdue. Purdue was number one at that time.
Oh yeah. I remember we were talking about that.
Mm-hmm. It's a crazy game. I think they were 5.5 underdogs coming into the game, and they just went into Purdue's territory, just messed them up.
Yeah.
Shout out Lipsy too. He's one of the better guards. He had 9 points, but he also had 8 assists. Played really well. He's their floor general. If he doesn't get injured the rest of the year, he might be one of the top guards coming into March. So on Purdue's side, you can't lose by 30 at home as the number one seed. So
rough game for them.
They just got dominated in pretty much every category. So
future car salesman of the year, Fletcher Loyal, 2 for 8, 1 for 5 from the 3-point line. Only 5 points. Horrible. Go get a job.
I love to see Purdue lose. I am a Purdue hater, and there's no bias on the show. But Braden Smith, obviously, better guards in the nation. I've been watching a couple of his highlights, a couple of games for Purdue. He's just trying to do too much on the floor. I know he's their guy, but he's just like behind the back passes. He thinks he's like the next coming of AI, and some of this is just bad turnovers, stuff like that. But
see, I think it's fair to say he's the heart and soul of that team. But like if Kaufman, their big man there, if he don't play good like he did, he went 1 for 8. Like they're not going to win a game because I think Kaufman's the heart and soul of that team. If Kaufman is playing his game, that opens the floor up for Braden Smith. Braden Smith needs Kaufman more than Kaufman needs Braden Smith.
I don't hate that. I like that take. I agree. It's just, I mean, Iowa State beat them. Just manhandled them. So,
do you think this was just an off day for Purdue? Like, think this is a little fluke win?
I think
because this is a dominant win.
I don't think you can have off days at home, especially for Purdue. Playing at Purdue, it's one of the best environments in college basketball at the moment. Watching the game, it's all, what's their color? Brown? I don't know, tan. But tan and black, looking at that, it's a great environment. But you losing by 30 at home, I think that's a wake-up call for the nation. I think it's a wake-up call for Iowa State saying, hey, we're the number one team in the country. So,
yeah.
But I won't beat on Purdue too much, even though I love to do it. Next game we'll talk about wasn't much of a game. Arizona busted Auburn's butt 97-68. Killed them.
Yes.
Shout out Pettiford, though, 30 points. So he was getting buckets out there like he normally does. Love the New Jersey kid.
I hope he had 30 points. He shot the ball 19 times.
That's a good point. It's a good point. Main thing for Auburn, like we said before, if Keyshawn and Pettiford don't have a combined 60, 50 points, they won't win a game. And this is a prime example of that. Going into Arizona territory, they're number 2 seed at that time, 5-0 at home. Tough environment to play at, and when your 2 best players don't, if one of them doesn't produce as he should, you're going to lose that game.
Yeah, I think old Stephen Pearl got this is. I think this is one of the examples of getting outcoached.
Yep.
And it's going to happen. It's his first
Hey,
time.
New coach.
Big job,
So.
big top of the market job. It's going to happen. I'm a Bama fan. I hate Auburn, but I think Stephen Pearl is going to have a pretty good career there. These are just stepping stones, learning points here. But yeah, you got to find.
I think he's gonna be the same level as his father. I really do. I like how Pearl plays. I think this is just first year in SEC. It's gonna be tough for him. So
yeah,
it's a lot of living stuff.
Auburn will be really successful if they play through Pettiford, which they will. But I mean, if he's the only guy you got, 19 shots is a lot. I mean, you got to be able to get some other guys getting more looks. He can't do it all on his own.
It's Keyshawn's got to shoot more than 8 shots. He's the kid that transferred in. He's been bouncing around college, but
he went 3 for 11. He had a tough.
Yeah.
Keyshawn Murphy was 4 for 8.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was looking at the other one.
There's two Keyshawns. There's Keyshawn Hall, Keyshawn Murphy, but
the main Keyshawn.
I mean, dude, Arizona they're playing a lot of dudes. I don't know if this is normal or not. If they play this many guys,
I was looking at the box score right now. That is team basketball at its finest. We have 5 dudes in double digits. 1 dude coming off the bench with 11 points too. Anthony Del Rosa, which I think he was a starter for them at the beginning of the season. So I don't know why he was coming off the bench, but shot 11 points off the bench. That's nice. Obviously, Pete, 18 points, 8 for 11, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Can't talk about him enough. He's fun to watch. Just a big physical cat.
Yeah. So Arizona did that to them with Auburn shooting 25 free throws to Arizona's only 12 free throws. That's crazy. I'll tell you what, Auburn, them not playing a lot of guys, that could dig them in a very, very deep hole later in the year if that's how it's actually going to be for them. They're only playing 3 guys off the bench.
I was just looking at that. And then you look at Arizona's, and they got, what, 11, 12?
Yeah, so, now again, I don't know if that's normal for Auburn or not. But
I don't know if anybody's injured that game.
Maybe alarming, we'll say, at least something to look out for.
But 7-3, I'm not worried about Pearl. Like I said, I didn't think Auburn was going to be world beaters this year. I didn't think they were going to do much. Probably maybe one game when it comes to March. But Arizona's looking like one of the top dogs at the moment. So.
Yep, they are. I'm actually kind of surprised that Auburn's been ranked this low this year. I'm still pretty high on Auburn, to be honest with you. I
think they're a good squad.
They didn't lose anybody when Pearl retired. I mean, they kept that roster intact there.
Which really surprised me. I thought once Pearl, I think, because the youngest son was on the coaching staff, I believe.
Yeah, Steven's been there with his dad for a minute. But I'm surprised Auburn's ranked this low. I would have thought they would have been a top 15. They're gonna be dangerous there. They'll figure it out for sure.
Yeah. So going on to the next one, gotta shout out Michigan. I think they've scored 100 points in 5 games in a row, which is pretty unheard of in college basketball. They could score the rock. They're dangerous. They did play Rutgers. Rutgers is not the best squad, 5-5, but I mean, if you score 100 points 5 games straight, that's pretty impressive, especially coming off their rocky start like we talked about at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. You got to think this is kind of a little off topic, but I mean, how bad do you got to feel for the basketball program? I mean, they're putting up record stuff right now, and it's just completely outshined because of what the football team is going through
the last 2 days, which we will give to that right after the basketball segment I'm decided to talk about.
But I mean, shout out Michigan basketball. I don't think anybody saw this coming. I think me and Shep even had some tough words earlier in the year.
We did. They started off shaky.
You guys looked a little rough, but I mean, you guys they're playing. It looks like they're playing every guy on their roster.
Honestly, I was looking at the stats, dude. They got a team win. That's a
They've
team
got
win right
4
there.
dudes off the bench playing over 10 minutes.
Yep.
Wow.
You have 3 dudes have double digits off the bench. I mean, I'm looking at the stats right now. If they play like that the rest of the year, Michigan's going to be a scary team to play.
Yeah. Man,
Lindenberg,
that's
look at
really
Lindenberg. They had 14-8, which is still pretty good. I bet he was probably taken out midway
yeah.
through the second, but
They shot 60% from the field playing all those dudes still. That's crazy. That's super
scary,
efficient.
scary ball they're playing. So shout out Michigan. Rutgers, not much of a basketball school this year, so can't say much on them. One of the games I did watch. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say, so is it just like Michigan and Purdue in the Big Ten, or is there like Michigan, Purdue, Michigan State? Is that like the top trio, or is there a fourth squad in the Big Ten right
Don't
now?
forget about my Izzo over there. Yeah, right now I'm doing Michigan State and Michigan in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
I like I said, I'm not a Purdue fan, but Michigan State,
Yeah.
Michigan, Purdue.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Big Ten and basketball is not my favorite thing to watch, but Michigan is fun to watch this year. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the last 5 games. So
It's because that point guard, he's that dude that transferred from North Carolina. I forget his name, but
Elliot Cadeau,
he's
yeah.
not supposed to be a shooter. He's been shooting the rock pretty well recently.
Mm-hmm.
Is that going to last? I'm not trying to hate on Michigan. I don't think that is going to last, especially later in the year.
I think as long as the Axel plays well, I think they will be perfectly fine.
That's fair.
He's a pretty dominant big. I think important key in basketball is that you have to have a dominant big. If you don't, then you won't win. One of the games I did watch, which was very exciting but upsetting for me, was the Duke and Michigan State game. Fun game to watch playing at Michigan. Duke ended up winning 66-60. It came down to a last-second shot. Duke made his free throws to kind of put them up 6. But going over this game, the key thing for Michigan State, in my humble say, I love the point guard Fears. Love him to death. You can't go 0 for 10. Can't go 0 for 10 from the field. He had 0 points. Played 35 minutes, went 0 for 10, but also had 13 assists. I mean, he's the best floor general in college basketball. And
What kind of stat is that?
It's a crazy stat.
No way.
Stat. And I think not to put the blame on him. If you make 2 shots, you win that game. That's all I'm saying. You're the leading point guard. You have 35 points. Make a couple shots.
He had no turnovers. No, he only had 1 turnover. 1 turnover, yeah. 13 assists, 6 for 6 at the line. He just went 0 for 10 from. That is a very weird. I think that might be the weirdest stat that I've ever seen. That's a weird one.
I think he's probably the best floor general I've watched in college basketball in a very long time. He's 0 for 10, but he's still taking shots and he's just doing everything right. But
is it like remind you of that one dude that they had at Michigan State for forever? What is his name?
The little smaller guard. That dude could score. That dude would get buckets.
Yeah, he's the definition of a floor general, though.
Yeah, he was.
That guy pretty much he almost built Michigan State basketball. They need to build a statue of him. Short point guard, headband.
Yep, I have the picture of him. Oh, if anybody knows who it is, say it in the comments.
Yeah, say it in the comment, please. I'll look it up. You can keep talking.
Yeah. Fun game. I mean, it's classic Duke versus Michigan State, Blue Bloods kind of game. Went down to the last second. I think it was Caleb Foster hit it up, making the 3 at the end of the game with like a minute left to put him up, and I was kind of the nail in the coffin. Looking at their stats, I mean, obviously Boozer, 18 points, 15 rebounds. The kid is a dog in the paint. Michigan State had no answer for him when it came to that. He was in foul trouble going into the set. I think he had 4 fouls with like 5 minutes left. I think Izzo didn't capitalize on that enough. I mean, one of the best players in the country, you got to go right at him, try to get his 5th foul, get him out of the game. I think if they would have done that, got him out, Duke would have been done for him. So
the name you're looking for is Cassius Winston.
Winston, that's what it was. Winston was a dog. Shout out Winston.
Yep. I have something to add with Duke.
Yeah.
I think Cameron Boozer, I think he should be picked over AJ. This is just a personal preference. I love the way Boozer plays. He plays like his dad a lot, but he's a lot more skilled than his dad. He's quiet. He don't talk. He just goes out there. He plays basketball.
Plays ball.
I love that. He's a baller. I love the way he plays. I'm a huge fan of him because it's not like, it's
not flashy.
It's not flashy.
It's not flashy.
Fundamental. Very fundamental.
Fundamental.
Mr. Fundamental. Back to the basket. Let me get you in that low post shot. See how you like it. You ain't going to like it. He's a bruiser. Brawler.
Bruiser.
I love dudes that play like that. He's a great player. I'm taking him over AJ.
I'm going to talk about AJ because AJ proved why he should be the number one later. The game I want to talk about. But
Fair
I do
enough.
love Camp Boozer. Translating to NBA, I think he shows a lot of plays. Like, I'm pretty sure one time he came down the floor, dribbled it up the court, and shot a three and made it. Like, that's going to translate to the NBA, but he doesn't have to do that right now because nobody can stop him in the paint. That's why I hate when people dog on him for that.
Yeah, because you can see that NBA potential still.
Yeah,
like, it's
you can
there.
see it.
It's
he
there.
just doesn't need to do it in college, and he's still averaging a double-double. He had 18 points and 15 rebounds against probably top 2 best defensive teams in the country.
Yeah.
So,
and, like, he's probably going to be able to still play his brand of basketball in the NBA, too, because ain't nobody want to play defense in the NBA. Not a lot of dudes want to.
The one thing I will say about Duke this year, if he goes out, Duke's got no weapons at all.
Oh,
no weapons.
Yeah, because you're just not getting the consistency from Isaiah Evans yet. It could get there. It can get there, but
he shows he's 2 for 8. I mean, every time I look at the box score with Duke, he's getting the shots up, just not making them. Watching him throughout the game, he had some big shots. There's 2 shots he didn't make were big. But if he can kick it on, I think they'll be fine. But like
that's
Michigan
great,
State, I mean, yeah, but
that's
Michigan
great. Like,
State could have had him.
He's not losing his confidence. Is what I'm getting.
No,
at. He doesn't care.
Shooting.
He's Mr. Clutch. He's hitting his clutch shots.
Mm-hmm.
I think later in the year, I think that duo is really going to be a big problem. I think Isaiah Evans, he's going to start. He's not going to go. I don't see him going 2 for 8 when March Madness comes around.
I agree.
Duke number 1 seed in the tournament. Calling it right now. They'll be a number 1, not the overall number 1. They'll be a number 1 seed though.
I could see that. I don't see any problems with that. But yeah, Michigan State's defense. I mean, you played a good game. You shot. I mean, both teams shot what? About 35% for each other. The stats are damn near the same. So it's just the end of the game situations is kind of messed up at the end. They were doubling. I mean, you obviously have to double Boozer all the time, but in that circumstance, Fears dropped down on the last shot with Caleb Foster. Just sank too deep, gave Foster the shot. I mean, I would have too. Foster was 0 for 3 going into that shot. And then the shot clanked on the front of the rim, hit the backboard, and rolled in. And I was like, wow, that's how you're going to win the game. But
ball just ain't rolling your way at that point, you know?
Exactly.
That's tough.
Take away from Michigan State, they're still – Iowa State's my number 1. Michigan State's my number 2 now, just after that game. I love both those teams, but I'm not worried for Michigan State at all. I mean, you're playing Duke. So, it's Blue Bloods.
Michigan State's your number 2 team in the country? Is that right?
My favorite. My favorite.
Oh,
my
okay.
favorites.
Personal favorite.
Personal preference. No bias on the show.
Okay.
All right, we're going to the next game. I guess we'll talk about the Indiana-Louisville game. Louisville came out, I think it was like 11-0 run to start the game, and that was kind of it. I mean, Indiana was ranked 22 at the time. They could have been sneaky. I love the Divines kid. He transferred with his dad. Came from West Virginia, I believe. Kick and shoot the rock. He had 26 points. Kind of carried Indiana the whole game. Just not enough juice. Louisville is one of the teams where I don't know if they can score, they win every game. But if they don't, they're an interesting team to me. I don't know even how to judge them. So.
Yeah. The only thing maybe not the only thing I'll say about this game, but what I'll lead about this game is Pat Kelsey. That's Louisville.
Yep.
Just get him in the car and just drive him up to Cincinnati at the end of the year. Drive him up to Cincinnati, please. I'm pretty sure he's a Cincinnati guy. Pretty sure.
Yes, he graduated from Elder.
Get him up here. Come on, John Cunningham, do it.
Yeah. Shout out Conwell, the kid from Xavier. Kid's a dog. 21 points was their leading scorer. Him and McKellar are dangerous backcourt. It's fun to watch. So. Also, shout out Kobe Rogers, local kid from St. X, 12 points off the bench.
Nice.
So,
nice. Love to see the local guys do well.
Love to see, Kobe Rogers. I think he went Georgia Southern, somewhere down south, played, and then got recruited from Kellis, play up here, which I love to see. So,
yeah.
But I guess we will talk about the crosstown shootout. Quick update: UC sucks. I want everyone fired, and that's why we took a 5-day break. So I was just mentally unstable.
It's bad, yeah.
I didn't want to talk about it, but that's my short update. We suck.
It's bad. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm moving
it's
on. Don't really want to think about it.
they need to fire. They need to fire the athletic director.
Everybody. Everybody.
Clean house in the
Especially if my
whole.
boy Sorsby leaves. No, yeah. If hey Sorsby, I love you. If you ever see this clip, please do not transfer or go to the draft. Stay one more year for me, please.
Shep, he's getting offered $4 million from multiple schools to transfer there now.
Please.
He's
Please.
probably not staying at
I
UC.
know, bro. It's just heartbreaking. It's tough being a Cincinnati fan
All I'm
for
saying though
everything.
about the crosstown shootout, it's at Fifth Third next year. Okay, it's at Fifth Third. We got you at home. We're gonna have a new coach, new
New
roster.
roster.
We're gonna kill them.
Next year's it.
Gonna kill them. Double digit win next year.
I'm
Put it
winning
on
my
the map.
$100 back. I'm winning my $100 back. But yeah, we'll go on to still Saturday games. A lot of games, good games on Saturday. We'll talk
Yeah.
about Illinois, Tennessee. Illinois was 14, Tennessee was 13, so it was a good matchup coming into the game. Illinois ended up winning 75-62. Thoughts on this game
Wow.
is
They did this with
Tennessee.
Stojakovic not having his game.
Yep, and that's why
Wow.
I mean Illinois is a good offensive team. Obviously, shout out the foreigners. I'm looking at the score. I think all the foreigners had double digits besides Stojakovic.
Probably.
So yeah, 10, 16, 16. Boswell had 15, the kid from Arizona, their point guard. That's a good team win for Illinois, too. Playing at Tennessee, tough environment, especially this year. I think Tennessee's got a good defensive-minded team. But thoughts on Tennessee is that they just don't have enough offensive firepower. The five-star Nate Ament went 4 for 14. My thoughts on him, he's a long, lengthy kid. He's probably 7 foot, and he doesn't stay in the paint for college basketball. He likes to shoot. So, I mean, if he's
Yeah.
making them, he's a good player. He helps Tennessee a lot. But obviously, when you go 4 for 14 against a good Illinois team, it's tough to win. You have your best player like that. So,
Yeah, just not Tennessee. They got a bad efficiency problem right now. I mean, they shot 37 from the floor as a team, and you're playing at home. You got Gillespie 6 for 20. Why are you taking 20 shots?
Yeah.
You've got to that looks to me that offense is kind of maybe ISO based. I don't know. I didn't watch the game. I haven't watched a Tennessee game this year. But that to me, like box score wise, 20 shots from him, and then Amet's got 14 shots, and nobody else is over 6. That looks like a real ISO offense. Yeah, you're not going to win doing that.
Yeah, especially against a good team, good coached Illinois team, you're not going to win. I do want to shout out Carey. He did have 23 last game. He did play 18 minutes, went 2 for 7 with only 5 points. Don't hate that. I wish he would have been a starter coming into this game. I liked watching him a lot. I figured who they played, one of the top ranked teams, and they pulled out a victory. But Syracuse. I think it was Syracuse. Was that game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Syracuse game.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tennessee just offense.
Yeah. Start that offense. Guy, dude. I mean, he had 7 rebounds coming off the bench.
Yeah, I don't know why he's not starting, but
I mean, Tennessee's point guard had more rebounds than their big man. That's awful.
Yeah, just Tennessee's an interesting team to me. I don't know.
Maybe it's a physicality issue for them.
Yeah, Nate Ament, their center, the freshman kid, it's not physical at all. Just likes to shoot shots. So
he's 6'10" and only weighs about 200 pounds. Holy cow!
Yeah, he's a very fragile
a feather. Kid. Golly, I would love to see Boozer get him in the low post. Actually, dream matchup right there.
Dream matchup. Boozer will have a 30-20 game.
Oh gosh, barbecue chicken alert.
Barbecue. All right, done with Saturday's games. On to Sunday. There was no really good games on Sunday. The only game that I would consider good was LSU Texas Tech. I mean, Texas Tech won 82-58. Every game was a blowout for every ranked team. So I'm not going to go through much on that. But shout out Bama winning 97-55. And then Gonzaga put up 109 points against no team North Florida. So
yeah. I would like to add something to Bama. This game we got back Jahil Bethiel. He's been out for a couple of months there. He had a broken foot. This was his first game back. He's a former McDonald's All-American. He was at Miami last year, transferred to Bama this year. If that guy, he should be healthy now.
Yep.
If that guy plays the way that he should play in Nate Oates' system, him, Phylon, and the entire rest of that backcourt, that's going to be a very dangerous situation. Very dangerous
Yep.
situation.
I like the Bethune kid a lot. He's good.
Oh yeah, he's great.
He's fun.
He's outside of Phylon, he's probably second in hand in terms of off the dribble scoring.
Yeah, I agree.
Creating his own. So shout out him. Shout out Bama. I know it's UTSA, but saw a lot of good stuff from Bama in this game.
Mm-hmm.
You did the fundamentally stuff right. You did what you're supposed to do.
Yep, I agree. All right, then we're going to talk about yesterday's game or Tuesday's games. Sorry, it's Thursday. We're going to do Florida and UConn. UConn ended up winning 77-73. I will say Florida just goes a gauntlet of a schedule. Like, oh my God, it's a good 5-4.
Yeah, that's a really good 5-4.
It's a good 5-4. I think they played one unranked team. Like they just gauntlet. So. But looking at the game, look at the box score. Shout out Xavier Lee. I know I had some harsh words on him last podcast. I think he heard me. He had 19 points, shot only 5 for 14, but free throw merchant, and went 8 for 9. He looked good. I mean, he looked really good. But on the downside, Fland only had 8 points. Didn't look the best. I think it's same situation as who's the first team we talked about with the guards. Auburn. Just like the Auburn situation, I feel like if those two don't have a good game, Florida's not going to win. And by good game, I mean literally they both just have to at least score like 10 because your big men are going to do it. Your big men are going to win you the game.
They don't have guard depth coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Like they're pretty much banking on those two dudes to be. I mean, it's not even like you have to be averaging 15 or 20 points a game.
Yeah, literally just like a cool 10 and 5.
Lee can't go 1 for 7 and Boogie only go 0 for 2. How is he only taking 2 3-point shots?
Yeah,
that's horrible. I don't think Florida needs them to do a lot, but
just a little more.
You got to be able to. That's
because that front court will win you games.
Because then that forces what's his name Todd to put Klazar in the game, and I don't think anybody in Florida's fan base wants him in the game.
Neither do I.
Yeah, he's pretty rough. But
yeah, Thomas House shot at him, 18 points.
Yeah, that dude's
dog.
He won't be there. He'll be a lotto pick for sure.
Dog. But yeah, I mean, you played UConn Huskies though. You played Dan at Dan's place, so can't really. I mean, only losing by 4 points, and do you have the guards not playing the best game? That's pretty impressive. I mean, I'm not worried. I think
the thing is that though Florida, they're playing great competition, but it's the same it's the same look every game. Like they're consistently underperforming and consistently bad. And I guess flip side, you could argue, well, we're still playing close games, which I get that. You could definitely make that argument. And like we just talked about, they need those two guards to be able to gather something to get close to whatever his name was from last year.
Clayton Jr.
You don't have to be Walter Clayton Jr., but between the two of them, you got to be kind of reminiscent of what he was able to do.
Yep. And I think they figure it out late in the season. I think this is just a gauntlet schedule. Yeah, but looking at the UConn side, you had Solo Ball, 19 points. Obviously, Carabin, 13 points, 3 threes. So just a UConn team. They looked well. Had a couple players off the bench play well too as well. Mullins, I think, the freshman power forward, 5-star recruit. I like him coming off the bench. It's a spark plug. He played some good minutes, only 11, but they were pretty good minutes. So, Stan Hurley's squad, they're going to be tough to beat. So,
you just gotta love a coach like Dan Hurley. Like, he don't go out and get the top high school guys. He don't even go out and get the top transfer guys. He gets the guys that are going to be gritty, grind. They're going to play in that system. He gets those guys that they're going to get punched in the mouth and then asked to get right back put in the game.
Yep.
You gotta love coaches like that.
Love it.
Dan Hurley's a great coach. He does cry sometimes.
Sometimes it's excessive. I love his press conferences because he always just cusses.
But I agree. I would love to play under him. That'd be so much fun. I would
You'd
die.
be my number one coach.
Yeah, he you would probably die and have a mental breakdown, but you have a lot of fun doing it at least.
Yeah, exactly. All right, besides that game, next game, BYU versus Clemson. I'm shouting out Clemson. I can't believe they're not ranked. Clemson, they got some dogs on the team.
They
Clemson's
do.
fun to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, they battled against Bama.
Yeah,
Battled.
they
I mean,
get Bama
BYU ended
fits
up winning
too.
this game 67-64, sorry. Only a 3-point win. But Clemson battles, I love watching them. They're always like this every year. They're sneaky good. So,
I can't believe that coach has been there for that long. I can't believe that he hasn't gotten a job offer somewhere else.
from somewhere else, yeah.
That guy's a really good coach.
He is.
Really good coach. Because Clemson, they lost everybody.
Yeah.
Like not a single dude on this roster right now is a guy that. I mean, there might be a couple guys from last year, but they're heavy performers. Those guys that were making all the contributions, they're not there anymore. This is
Yep.
completely new guys, and Clemson's 7-3. They 100% are a top 25 team in the country. 100%.
I agree. Yeah. Can't believe they probably might be ranked once the rankings come out, but
They should be.
yeah.
At least
Shout out
25th.
Clemson. But then got to talk about AJ. 28 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. The kid was getting, I mean, beautiful buckets against Clemson.
Free throw
Beautiful
merchant.
buckets.
Free throw
Bro,
merchant.
free throws don't, bro.
9 for 10.
Beautiful
Free throw merchant.
post fades. He was getting whatever he wanted on the court. And it was, if you're an NBA team and you're looking at all these amazing freshmen you have, I just want them to put on his highlight tape of this game. I mean, he looked like a young KD, but more physical.
It's not.
Was going
They're
dunking
not.
on people, post fades, middies. I'm talking his hop step. I've never seen a hop step like that.
It's not fair. Like, it's not ethically right for him to even play in college basketball right now. Just put him in the NBA. Because I agree.
He's
I
a
mean,
dog.
like what he was doing, it's like, dude, okay, like that's nobody else on that floor is pulling shots off like this. Like, just get him in the NBA already.
Yeah, dude. He's worth that money.
Oh,
Shout out
yeah.
the Mormons. Shout out the Mormons.
Yeah.
He's worth the money.
Oh, you know that they're sitting there at their TV just like, oh, yeah. Yep.
Soaking. They're soaking and watching this game. Oh,
Rough game for Saunders there, though. 0 for 7
Richie.
from 3-point, 2 for 11. That won't happen, though. That'll
Nah,
get
Richie's
fixed.
a shooter. So I think that was the main problem why the game was close. I think Richie just had a bad game. I think
Yeah.
him, AJ, and Richie, if Richie just makes his threes, that's a tough little 2-3 action. So shout out Robert Wright, though. Love the kid from Baylor. 17 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds. He's a good little floor general, too, for him. It's a good little 1-2 with him and AJ. So
do you think like BYU and Duke are in that same situation of if those two freshmen, if they don't carry and lead and be on every game, that they're not going to win? Or do you think BYU
I think
has more
BYU is
guys?
I think BYU's in a worse situation.
You think BYU's in a worse situation?
Yeah, because if AJ's out, imagine AJ out that game, and Richie's not making any threes. I love Robert Wright. It's a great point guard, but he's not giving you 30.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, at least Duke, they'll battle. They'll play defense, they'll sit you down, and they're going to make you beat them. BYU is, give AJ the ball, let him work. And that was a prime example. It was just second half, here you go, AJ. Just go get a bucket. Let's go win us this game.
I'll tell you what, something that helps AJ out a lot is my favorite dude on this BYU team is that other big man. I'm going to mess the name up. Kebab Kati. He's a big guy. He's 6'8", but he is a complete fullback. He is a fullback.
Big dude.
He does not care. He's kind of like Dennis Rodman, Draymond Green, undersized. They don't care. They got a lot of heart, and they got a lot of fight. I mean, he's going out there, and he's doing everything that he needs to do for his team to get the win. I love basketball players like that. They're not the flashy guys or anything like that. They're not going to be the leading scorer. They're doing all the dirty work. You got to respect it, and that's what that dude does. He's a great basketball player.
Yeah, he had AJ threw him some tough oops, and he just, shaking the rim. I think they had to call a timeout one time because this rim was shaking or it was coming down. But BYU squad's fun to watch. Oh, I got a chest cramp. All right, so that's my recap for basketball until today. I do want to talk about rankings real quick. We're going to look at the AP Top 25 and the coaches pool. In my opinion, I think the coaches pool is a little better to look at. Coaches poll, sorry. just because I think it's better than football, so I think it's just more teams, better
Dude,
evaluation. But
everything is better than football's
it's true. Yeah, we'll
rankings.
get to football.
Everything.
Yeah, football sucks. We'll
God.
talk about the AP pool. We'll do the top 10. One, you got Arizona, Michigan, Duke, Iowa State, UConn, Purdue, Houston, Gonzaga, Michigan State, and BYU. Comments on the AP top 25? I think that's the right at top 10. I think that's. I don't think you can move anybody else around. Maybe you can switch up. Purdue might drop to like 10, move BYU up, move everybody else up. But I think in that circumstance, the top four in Arizona, Michigan, Duke, Iowa State, I think that is the top four best teams in the nation at the moment, coming off
Yeah.
that win.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's pretty solid. I mean, obviously, I think Bama's the top 10 team in the country,
mhm.
but you can't put Bama over any of these guys. You just can't. These guys
Yeah, at
they've
the
looked
moment.
better than Bama. They've looked better than Bama. I will ask, how far do you think Florida drops now? Like, do you think that they drop maybe to like
20s,
the
somewhere in the
20 to
20s.
25 range?
Yeah. I don't think they'll ever not be in the top 25 just because, I mean, if you look at the coaches pool, they still have them at 18 too. Their schedule, no one has a schedule like them, just a gauntlet.
Yeah.
So, and they
Yeah.
have a good team. You
Yeah.
put them against, yeah, I would love to see them play anybody that's 13 and below. I'd love them to see play Illinois, North Carolina, Vanderbilt, Texas Tech, all those teams because I think they win those games.
Yeah. I'm looking down here like I mean, I shout out Nebraska 9-0, but you've played nobody, and you got Clemson on the other hand, taking Bama to the wire and then BYU to the wire.
I think Clemson will definitely jump up. That's the team that's going to be in the top 25, like he said. Shout out Vanderbilt, though. Snaky, good squad, good offensive squad. They're at 15 right now, 9-0. Vandy's up. Vandy's up. So,
Unbelievable.
yeah, and looking at the coaches poll, the only difference I see in this would be they have Gonzaga and Houston switched, and that's literally the only difference. So they
Well, you
have
got you got Michigan,
Gonzaga better.
Arizona at the top too.
Oh yeah, they have Michigan as the best team. Which I mean, at the moment, Arizona, Michigan, 1A, 1B. So
No,
it's
I
fine.
think Arizona's at a different level.
I mean, dude, Michigan putting up 100 points.
Well, dude, I mean, look the quality of competition.
That's true. I mean, Michigan's played not the same schedule as Arizona, but they still have a good schedule.
Okay, maybe they have play. I mean, Auburn, Gonzaga there. Okay, fine. I'm just going. I still think Arizona's the better team, but yeah, Michigan's right
Yeah,
up there
yeah,
deserving. That's
yeah.
fair. I'm rolling.
Hey Gonzaga, can't wait for them to lose first round of March Madness. So I'm calling it right now. Put all your money on it. They played like the 15th seed. So,
Yeah.
but you got to put them at 7. They're 9-1. So
You think? How far do you think Kentucky drops? I mean, Kentucky's got to drop too. Kentucky's actually not even in the rankings.
I was about to say they're not in here because
Wow.
they're awful.
Wow.
Pope is
What?
getting fired after the end of the year.
I
Kentucky
can't
people
believe.
want him head on stake.
You think so? I don't know.
He won't
I
get
think it's
fired,
fair.
but
You're the
it's
highest
fair. Yeah.
spender in the entire country, and that's the product. I get you've played a lot of competition, but you at least got to win a couple of those
Got to make it
games.
close. You got to make the
Yeah.
competition close.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, yeah. Um, but other than that, I think that's a good summary for my college basketball segment. So
That was great. Love it.
good.
A lot of good
Yep.
stuff with the basketball. It's going to be exciting once football's over to move on to basketball. Can't wait for
Mm-hmm.
it. But I guess we'll move on to football here. We'll recap the conference games here.
And we're back on to the college football segment.
College football. Here we go. We'll start off recap these conference games here. Let me pull them up.
I will pull them
Where
up
do
as
we
well.
want to start? Let's just start with. We'll start with the trash again. The ACC. Duke won the game.
Who called it?
Shep called it. Shep got it right. I can't believe it. That's actually insane.
Great win by Duke. Great win.
27-20 there. I don't have much to say on the ACC because, well, we'll talk about the ACC eventually here because it is pretty funny. But shout out Duke. I mean, Manny Diaz. I think this is year 2, either year 2 or year 3. You won the ACC. It's ugly. It's hideous. but that's still a trophy in the trophy case. So
Exactly.
congrats to Duke there. I don't think anybody, nobody saw that coming at all. But Big 12 here, Texas Tech, they dominated BYU again. Texas Tech, they're, I don't know if you can put them. Personally, it's hard to put them in the same realm as dominance as like the SEC teams we got and the Big Ten teams, but you can't deny it. Like they very well could make a run here in the playoffs,
Agree.
and they're definitely a team that could win the national championship. But
Agree. I like Texas Tech.
It's going to come from the defense. That offense, I just don't see that offense going out and winning the national championships. It's going to come from that defense. But this is twice now that you've completely put BYU and you put them in a seatbelt. I mean, completely locked them down. Bear Backemeyer, 16 to 27, 115 through the air, 2 picks. They ran the ball. BYU, they leaned heavy on the run game. You held them to 63 rushing yards. Outstanding. It's I don't know how to really describe, because it kind of looked like BYU kind of just, they didn't really do anything different than what they tried to do the first game. And I get that you're a heavy run team and you got a freshman quarterback, but you just look like you walked in there blindly. And I think Texas Tech was like, oh really? You're just gonna try this again? Well, this will be easy. That's what it came down to. BYU didn't do anything special here. Texas Tech, they had 5 penalties. They went 8 of 19 on third down. It comes down to Texas Tech. They won the physicality of the line of scrimmage, and I think that just comes from the roster. I really think it does. I don't think it was ever fair in the Big 12 this year, looking at it now. I think Texas Tech was always going to win this conference. And you can say what you want about money, NIL, but that's just the reality of it. Texas Tech, they spent by far the most money. If you got the money to spend it, go ahead and spend it. That's all I got to
Yep.
say.
It's the
Texas
new
is
age of
oil
football.
money. Yeah. We'll do Big Ten here.
Big Ten.
Indiana. I mean,
Shocker.
shocked the nation. I said Ohio State was going to cover this spread. I'm once again wrong. I think this is the one time that I shout out Ohio State and talked very nicely about Ohio State, and they come out and they lose the game. So maybe I'm the curse, which I'm okay with. I would love that. I would
We
actually
did
love that.
say at the beginning of the year that Ohio State always loses one.
That is
They
true.
always they
That is
always lose
true.
one. Man.
But like, I don't think this is still Ohio State's oh crap game. I mean, Jeremiah Smith's 8 catches, 144 yards.
44 yards, yeah.
I don't think it was a Ohio State crap game. Indiana won this game. I don't think anybody expected Indiana to be able to compete roster wise, because they haven't had a flashy, big time portal haul or recruiting haul. But Kurt Cignetti,
Best
what he's
coach.
done, what he's done. No, Kirby Smart. What he's done mentality wise to this team it's amazing. And it's just something you just got to sit back and just appreciate and watch, because they handle business on the line of scrimmage. I mean, who would have thought Ohio State would have 58 rushing yards and Indiana would have 118 rushing yards? I don't think anybody ever saw that coming. No. And the pressure that they were able to put that D line on Julian Sain. Julian Sain had negative 29 rushing yards, sack wise. Got it. They've got a lot of pressure. How many sacks did they get? Indiana had five sacks in this game. This is the first game that Julian Sain's been touched, pretty much. He went the whole year without being touched. He was standing by, that was Great Wall of China, pretty much. Or Trump's Wall. That was Trump's wall up there on that offensive line. And Julian Sain didn't get touched all year. And he's a freshman quarterback. He's not a freshman, redshirt. He's actually a sophomore. He didn't even redshirt. That's actually insane. But that's just great experience for him, though. Ohio State will be fine. You look what happened last year. I mean, they lost 2 games, and then they absolutely torched everybody in the playoffs. There's really nothing. I wouldn't be concerned at all with Ohio State. I think saying he's going to learn from this. It's good experience. Is he going to – if anything, if I were – the only thing I'd be concerned about Ohio State is Brian Hartline taking that USF job. He's splitting time back and forth by a week. That's normal stuff. It happens. But even he came out and said that that week of preparation that was very hard for him mentally wise. And moving forward, is he going to be able to balance that better? Probably, yeah. I'm sure Ryan Day will help him out. I don't know if you want Ryan Day to help him out calling
No,
plays or anything like that, game planning wise, but I'm sure Ohio State will be fine. I will say Indiana, you won the Big Ten National Championship, but you actually lost one of your better D line players.
yep,
I'm pretty sure tore his ACL or McNick. How do you say it?
meniscus,
Yep, Shep has me. Sorry.
meniscus.
He did that celebrating, high fiving fans, jumping up, high
Yep.
fiving them, just buckled his knee. It's really sad and unfortunate to see because that he's had a great year, really great year for them. Another thing, Indiana, like box score wise, the one guy that I don't think anybody expected to go off is Charlie Baker, the wide receiver, 6'4", sophomore there, exciting white here, 6 catches, 126 yards, had 21 yards average for those catches. He's kind of like number 3. He's their number 3 guy, and he went off. And the fact that they were able to do that, that's Indiana. This was like an uppercut. I don't think anybody saw this offensively wise coming at all. So shout out Indiana here. This was great for them, and this was defensive led too. You gotta, if your defense can go out there and win you a game when they're not supposed to, that's probably one of the best things that you can watch. I know it's not an exciting game. It's 13-10, but the defensive
Big
battle of
Ten
this
football. That was
Big Ten
Big Ten
football.
football.
Big Ten football. Indiana won the line of scrimmage. Shout out Indiana. This was great. This was still a fun game to watch.
Shout out Signetti, man. You come from two. This is his second year at Indiana. He's winning the Big Ten championship.
Kurt Signetti he's going to end up getting a lot of dudes fired from their jobs because now ADs, they're seeing this around the country and they're like, that's Indiana. They don't have money that we have. They don't even have the roster that's even close to us. And this is year 2 and he's doing that. He's getting a lot of dudes. He's going to get a lot of dudes fired because of this.
Shout out Signetti, dog.
I'm with
Just
it.
a dog.
I'm completely with it. There's a lot of dudes that they get way too much time. But Indiana, they lost a penalty. The Ohio State only had 2 penalties. 2 penalties. Lost the game. Yeah. They went 4 for 12 on third down. I mean, box score wise, a lot of the stuff is pretty close. It's pretty cut even here. Indiana, they found a way to win.
Yep.
And I know Ohio State, they missed a kick. They're at the end to tie the game to send it overtime. That's a chip shot field goal. You got to make that. And I'm sure, what's his name, Jaden Fielding. I'm sure moving forward he'll be fine, but you hate to see it. I mean, Ohio State. I can't remember the last time that they won the Big Ten. I think it's been a couple years, but it's also safe to say that Ryan Day doesn't really care about the Big Ten championship, which I get it. If you win the national championship, that's all great. It's all great. Shep, you got anything you want to add on the Big Ten showdown?
No, you named just shout out Signetti, defensive-minded team. It's fun to watch. It's Big Ten football at its heart right there.
It is. That is Big Ten football. But we'll move on to the SEC. Okay. Let me get a Diet Dr. Pepper break there. I talked forever there, just ranting on because I've been wanting to avoid what I'm about to talk about.
Both of our teams suck.
Georgia 28, the Crimson Tide 7. Look.
BTA.
Yes, it was. Flip side, though, both these teams walked into this game on crutches, quite literally. Both these teams walked into the game on crutches, and you have got to this is just Kirby Smart. This is Kirby Smart here, willing that team to win this game. Kirby Smart is obviously the best coach in the country. He's way better than Kalen DeBoer. He's on a different tier. Yes, Alabama had multiple injuries. They lost what's his name? They lost one of their best players, I think, the day before the game. He had an illness. LT Overton, one of our best defensive line players, lost him. Everybody was banged up. It was tough to watch this game because at the same time, Georgia, they didn't have their starting center. Georgia had just as many injuries, and they still killed us. Alabama had -3 rushing yards. And granted, that's all, sack yardage there, but you still only had 11 yards from Daniel Hill 10 yards from AK. The team average here was negative 0.2 yards carry. That's unheard of, and it's in a conference championship. You can't have it. You just can't have it. There's no excuses anymore. It really comes down to a physicality thing. Alabama is not physical on the line of scrimmage, and it's very apparent. And it's just across the board. They're not even physical in pass pro. They're getting killed up front, and it's been happening. This is like probably 5 weeks now. It's a very big concern going into the playoffs. And you can say every week, oh, there's a good outlook on it. We feel good up front, all that. At some point, you got to quit saying it. You got to quit acting like it, and just call a spade a spade. You're going to get your butt kicked here in the playoffs by Oklahoma if you don't wake up. It's just going to happen. And if you get your butt kicked by Oklahoma, you got a really long offseason ahead of you. Really long offseason. There needs to be a switch up staff-wise. The offensive line coach probably needs to be let go. He's a great recruiter. Hate to see him go. It is what it is. But we need to talk about the winning team. Enough about Bama. Enough about them. Georgia, okay. I've said it all year about Gunnar Stockton. He's not your flashy guy. He's not going to go out there and throw for 400 yards or anything like that. That dude gets the job done. He's kind of like a Draymond Green, a Dennis Rodman. He doesn't care. He does the dirty work. He wills his team to win. And shout out the offense coordinator for Georgia. I think I can't remember the stat exactly, but I think their longest pass downfield was maybe 15 yards the whole game.
No.
And that's a product of Georgia's average field starting position, I think, was their 40-yard line. That's pretty much at the 50-yard line. Alabama was like the 10-yard line. Georgia dominated the field position, and you got to give that up to Kirby Smart. I mean, they went out and blocked the punt. Alabama turned the ball over, turnover on downs, constantly, 3 and outs. It was very bad football and great football from Georgia. There's a lot you can say about it. I mean, pressure-wise, they don't have the pressures on ESPN, but I'm sure pressure-wise, Georgia probably had at least over 8 or something, which you do that, you're probably going to win a football game. You're most likely going to win it. We'll look at the team stats here for it. Because I do want to see it. Bama 3 for 14, Georgia 6 for 16. Georgia went 2 for 2 on fourth down. Georgia had 7 penalties compared to Bama's 1 penalty.
And they still won 28-7. That's bad.
Well, and that's because field position and time of possession. Yeah. Alabama offensively had the ball for 23 minutes. Georgia had it 36 minutes. That's completely lopsided. You're not going to win the game. And people, saying this is a bad defensive performance from Alabama. It wasn't. The defense played great. That scores 28-7 because Alabama had to go for it on fourth down in the second half, and they're on their own 30-yard line the whole game. So that's the field position aspect of it. Defense played great. I love defense continues to play great. You can't expect much when you're constantly put in a bad position like that. It's unfortunate to see, but moving forward here, that's the conference game. Shep, do you have anything to add?
Shout out JMU and Tulane winning their games. JMU's going all the way this year. JMU's #1 fan.
Okay, so with that being said, we'll just dive right into the playoff rankings. I'll start with this. I'm not in favor of a group of 5 team even being in the playoffs. I think that they should have their own separate bracket tournament. But I'll give you one. The fact that there's two going in this year, it's a joke, a complete joke. Shep, why I talk here, can you pull up the spread of the JMU game?
It's 21.5.
Okay. This is a playoff game, and the spread is 21.5. That's a complete joke. It's a slap in the face to college football fans. Like, great, JMU, congrats. You made the playoffs. You're about to get hosed. Absolutely. They're playing Oregon, correct?
Yep. 21.5 and the over is 50.5.
So I'm going to just kind of picture this out for you. Oregon is the big brother here. JMU, their little brother. This is a Saturday family pool party. Big Brother Oregon, they're taking the little brother out to that deep end of the pool there, and they're going to drown him. They're going to completely drown him. It's called the dunk machine. If anybody's ever been in a dunk machine as a little kid, it's a traumatic experience. That's what's going to happen in this game. It's a joke that spread is that's a game. It's horrible. The other game, Tulane's. What's the spread of that?
17 and a half.
Yeah. So that game already happened this year. Ole Miss and Tulane already played. Ole Miss took them out to the deep end. They took them out back to the shed is what happened, quite literally. It does not make sense. Now, Notre Dame, you need to join a conference. I'm completely with that. Mm-hmm. Join a conference, but I don't think Notre Dame should have been out of the playoffs. I think you have the group of 5 team in there, and then just go ahead and put Notre Dame in there. Go ahead and do it. I don't know why you couldn't have just did Bama 9, Miami 10, and then Notre Dame 11, JMU or Tulane 12. I don't understand how that wasn't even the thing to begin with. Why they put Tulane and JMU in doesn't make sense to me. I would honestly like to see the spread of Duke, who just won the ACC, what that spread would be against Tulane or JMU. I think it would shock some people. I think it really would. And the other thing is, I can tell you right now, Penn State, who had an awful year this year, they would be favored to win against JMU and Tulane right now, spread-wise. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. I promise you that's what would happen. But that's the later end of the bracket. Let me pull up the bracket to begin with. And the people complaining about Alabama getting in, you're wrong to begin with. You're wrong. You can't punish a team for going for the conference championship. You can't do that. And we got our butts kicked. Yeah, we got our butts kicked. But earlier in the year, we still went to Georgia and beat Georgia. That's a 1-1. 1-1 right there. Cancels each other out. Alabama was the number 1 seed heading in to the SEC championship anyways. You're an Alabama hater. It's fine. I get it. Just accept it. Alabama should have been in. They were always going to be in. Maybe they should have dropped in the rankings, maybe put them at 10 or 11. I'm fine with that. Whatever. Cool. I was shocked to see that they stayed at 9. But Alabama was always going to be in. As soon as you penalize a team for playing their conference championship is when you don't have a conference championship anymore. Teams will back out of it. They'll pay the fine. They don't care. And I think the committee got it right. I really do. I think they got it right. This bracket will not pull up for me.
They're playing Oklahoma. The line is 1.5 favorite in Bama.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. This game is at Oklahoma. Oklahoma is the better seed, and Alabama's favored 1.5. Where that line, where they even get that, I have no idea, because Bama magically didn't get healthy. They've still got tons of injuries.
And they lost to Oklahoma in the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Oklahoma beat us, too. Oklahoma quite literally beat us.
I don't think the boys beat Oklahoma.
He has not. 0-2 now. 0-2 against Oklahoma. And it's looking like it's going to be 0-3. But I'm always going to ride with Bama. We can win that game. We really can. But so you got that matchup there. And then here we go.
Miami and Texas A&M.
Miami, Texas A&M. I think this should have been the night game, to be honest with you. That's going to be a really fun game to watch. I think I could see Texas A&M absolutely killing them. I really can. I don't think that will happen. I hope that don't happen. Miami these teams are, I don't want to say they're similar, but like I see some similarities in there. Carson Beck, Marcel Reed, that duel, you're not going to see a quarterback duel like that for a while in these playoffs, probably until you get maybe a rematch of some teams here. But I'm not previewing these games yet. We're going to wait till next week to preview these games, maybe wait for some injury reports to come out. But you have that matchup there, and then you got Ole Miss, Tulane, we already talked about it, and you got Oregon, James Madison, we already talked about it. That top 4 seeding of Indiana, Ohio State, Georgia, Texas Tech, that is perfect. Absolutely nothing wrong with that seeding-wise. Congrats to all those teams. You got a bye, but I think you also got like a month off here, a month off of football. That's kind of tough to look at. It's going to be really big on the coaching staff there to keep those guys locked in, especially with everything that's going on in the college football atmosphere. But Shep, question for you.
Hey, man.
BYU here getting bounced out. Do you think BYU deserved to be in this playoffs?
I don't. No, you can't beat
No.
Texas Tech. I don't think you deserve to be in the playoffs. I don't.
They've got two losses, and those two losses are to Texas Tech.
Hmm.
And Texas Tech, they're arguably they could win the whole thing. Do you
If you're
think?
asking me, I don't think they should got over Notre Dame. I mean, obviously, I want JMU and Tulane out. I would rather have BYU and Notre Dame,
Yeah.
but I think that's just the committee's fault. I mean, they messed up earlier in the season, having everybody ranked that or having Notre Dame ranked that high
Mm-hmm.
throughout the season, and then I mean, if you're a Miami versus Notre Dame fan, Miami beat you guys, and the committee's looking at that, and it's just you have to put Miami in.
Yeah.
So
And the whole problem with that is that the weeks leading up to this, Notre Dame was above Miami.
yeah,
Notre Dame was top 12 even. They were top
mm,
12 the whole time until the finals, the final ranking there. That's the problem, and this is what happened to Florida State a couple years ago because Florida State, you lost your quarterback, but for the next couple weeks, the committee didn't move you. You were still
yeah,
top four,
I
and you
think
missed the
that's a
playoffs.
big problem.
You missed the playoffs, and the committee's reasoning is that you lost your starting quarterback. You can't. This is twice now that they've done that. You can't say that last second. If you truly believe that, you need to make that move right away. If you're gonna respect that head-to-head win over Miami, I mean Miami has it over Notre Dame, which is correct. That's how it should be. You have to respect the head-to-head. You got to make that move immediately. You can't
Yeah,
just have Notre Dame in the playoffs for the whole entire time. I'm pretty sure the entire year,
they
as
were
soon
at
as the rankings
12.
came
Yeah,
out, you can't
they were
have
like
them in
that
the
10
playoffs
or
the whole
12
time
seed.
and then drop them out. Like Notre Dame, they have every right to be pissed off, but at the same time, Notre Dame needs to acknowledge that you probably just need to join a conference.
Conference, join a conference. It's not an issue. So
Exactly. I mean, you're already your ACC in basketball and your ACC in a couple other sports. I think the only sports that aren't in a conference is football and something else. I forget. It's definitely Notre Dame. Their attitude about the whole not joining a conference is also what it annoys me. I think it's very arrogant.
I
Yeah,
think
you
that's
got
the
great.
most childish thing in the world for not playing in the bowl game. I think that's the most childish
Oh
thing
yeah,
ever.
that's the other thing. The teams that aren't playing in a bowl game
You guys
as a
should have next
coach,
season. Yeah,
as a coach, I don't know how you do that as a coach, especially Marcus Freeman. You want to talk about culture?
hmm
Uh, you're taking a game away from dudes
just
that their
full year
dream
seniors.
is to play Notre Dame football. You're taking an opportunity away from a walk on that has given you everything in practice as a scout team player. You're just throwing that opportunity away. Like, yeah, okay, don't play those starters if they don't want to play. Don't play them because they got drafted and all that. Great. How about you reward the guys that have been giving you absolutely everything, the skin off their back all year in practice? How about you reward them by letting them play? I don't get that. And that's not Notre Dame. That's a couple other teams that are declining bowl invites.
Yeah.
And this is the whole thing. These bowl games mean nothing now outside of the playoff ones. These bowl games mean nothing. That's horrible. That's awful.
I
That's
hate that for
absolutely
college
horrible.
football. That's
And that brings me to my next point. I think this is why the group of five should have their own playoff. All of the TV media broadcasting, they would love that. This would sell a lot of money too. A lot of money. Josh Pate talked about this on his show. A group of five format playoff. It don't have to be, 12 team. Maybe it could be 8 or something. That would be watched just as much as the big boy playoff. I think it would be great. It would sell so much money, and you finally give the opportunity and reward a team like JMU, Tulane that have played good, consistent football all year. You give them a chance to be crowned a national champion, because you got to also acknowledge the football that the group of five teams play. It's not the same as what these dudes are playing. That like we said, look at the spreads: 21 and a half, 17 and a half. They're playing completely different football. It's not better football than what the big boys are playing. I'm not trying to disrespect it, but it's just a talent gap. There's a big talent gap here. A group of five format playoff, it would sell. It would be great for college football. Shep, do you agree?
I mean, my mind says yes, but my heart, like if I'm on that JMU squad, I'm like I want the big dogs. I want to play Oregon, and I want to prove everybody wrong. But realistically, you're looking at that, they don't stand a chance. I
Listen,
mean,
they're going to have a great travel experience.
yeah, it's gonna be great for them. I think
Okay,
it's
it's going to be
great for the
fun,
school. But
but they're going to get absolutely killed. And I also think that's not fair to teams like we already said, Notre Dame, BYU. We'll throw Texas, Vanderbilt, Utah in there. All those teams would be favored by double digit spread against JMU and Tulane also.
yep,
You've got to just acknowledge how horrible this format is. It's complete junk because those teams, all those teams I just named, I think they have every right and deserve maybe a shot at the playoffs as Tulane and JMU did. Like I said, it's completely different skill level football that's being played. It's a 180
yep,
here. It's not fair. It's not fair. So,
okay.
um, do I have anything else to add on the playoffs here? It's going to be great. It's still going to be fun. You're going
Mm-hmm.
to have some blowouts there, but maybe it'll change next year. I will say what's not going to solve this is expanding it. That'll not solve it. That's
Spending will
just
do nothing.
you go to 16. Okay, now you're going to be getting complaints from the 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th ranked teams that missed out. Okay, it's just going to be a constant thing. You just need to wipe the whole committee, start over from scratch there, and figure something else. Maybe do a BCS point system ranking. Maybe bring that into a factor or something. I don't know, but we'll talk about coaching. A little coaching. Where do I want to start before we get into the good stuff? I'm trying to think if there was a hire or anything. I'm sure there was. We already talked about Heartline, right?
Yep, I think we talked about a lot of the coaching. I don't think there's a
Yeah.
major coaching update since the last time we talked.
Since yesterday, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think so. Yep. Okay, Michigan.
we'll talk about the elephant in the room.
Ouch. I mean, this
Unbelievable.
went
Like this is
this
out of
went
a
from
movie.
this went from man, they fired him to holy cow, what was going on? Uh and I don't know where I even want to start because there's just so much to talk about. I guess I'll start with I think the athletic director should be fired too. I think they might
Hold on,
the
you got to give a
president
recap. You got to give a recap of what happened for the people
I'm
that don't
about
know.
so what
Yeah.
happened was you're right, Chip, you are right. Sherrone Moore, the Michigan head coach, he was let go. He had a relationship with a member on the staff there. It was a recruiting uh, player personnel director or
Mhm.
something like that. Sherrone Moore's married, wife and kids, and he was having an affair. Big no, can't happen. Not good at all. So
Mhm.
Michigan has every right to fire him and everything. The problem is, and why I say the AD should be fired too, and is because this was going on
For a
throughout the
while.
year.
Yeah.
I think it was first mentioned that first of all, allegedly
All
everything is alleged.
allegedly.
Alleged. He allegedly had an affair, whatever.
No, he did. It's
Allegedly and all that.
official. He's going to
Okay,
court
he had an
Friday.
affair. He had an
That's
affair.
yeah, he's going to court.
Allegedly on everything we're about to say though.
Yeah, this is allegedly
Supposedly
part.
this was first reported after the Oklahoma game, and that was pretty much the beginning of the year. I think that was maybe week 2 or something.
You too.
So what I'm getting at with the AD, he thinks he's slick, which he's slick. You waited to fire him after signing day, and signing day is recruiting.
Mm.
Um, I don't know if that really saves you because now you got transfer portal that's about to hit in the spring here, which your roster's going to get absolutely wrecked after everything that's happened. Because more allegedly, he got arrested too, which actually he did get arrested. His mugshot came out, so he did get
Mm-hmm.
arrested. He allegedly broke into that woman's house, the staffer that he had an affair with, allegedly threatened his life and her life. There's a police recording going out there. I don't know if it's real or not, but that's the flip side of it. He got busted from door dashing Plan
DoorDash.
B. Door dashing. You're door dashing Plan B. Supposedly, allegedly, there was an abortion involved, and that another thing is that if you look at that woman's payroll, She got, I think
doubled.
it was
I think she
allegedly
doubled.
12% raise or something like that,
Mhm.
or maybe it was double. I don't know where the percent. I think I saw 12%, but
She got money.
it was like from 55,000 to 100,000, and it's a recruiting personnel. Like you're not supposed to be making that money, but um, it's a complete dumpster fire. What's going on in Michigan right now? The AD should be fired. They knew about it. I guarantee you that they knew about what
They
was
knew
going
about it.
on. They had their own private investigation going on allegedly. That's ethically wrong. That's horrible. That's really wrong. What should have happened as soon as you hear about the first rumor that you hear about that, you as an AD, you got to just get it figured out right then and there. Cut it off right then and there.
Cut
Maybe
it
don't
off.
fire him, but suspend him and figure out what's going on. Because you can't do that. I mean, because this only hurts you down the road. Only hurts you down the road because now all those kids that you just signed, they're looking at this now like something more is going on here throughout the entire athletic department. There's a bunch of lying going around people's backs and all that. And those guys are going to transfer. The quarterback that you just spent $12 million on, Bryce Underwood, who's a generational talent, there's a
He's
very
gone.
solid chance that he's gone. He's gone
Mhm.
now because that this is probably the most ugly firing that I've been a
In
part
my
of or
22
seen.
years of life, I've never. This story is wild. This is just. It's literally movie like. I can't even describe it. That's just.
It's yeah,
There will be a
it's pretty
documentary on
ugly.
Netflix about this.
Yeah, and you got to feel for. I feel bad for Harbaugh because Harbaugh's a very outspoken Christian man and very high on values and character and all that. And this was his right hand man. I mean, this was a guy that he was the interim head coach. This guy took over. This was the prodigy, we could say.
Mhm.
I feel
It,
bad for Harbaugh because Harbaugh. I promise you, Harbaugh doesn't stand for this. He's
yeah,
very much against of it. It just comes down to you this guy he messed up more. He messed up. Hopefully, down the road he can figure it out. I hope everything goes well. I don't wish any harm on him or anything like that, but it's a pretty ugly situation. It's a very serious and ugly situation. Moving forward, wise, who Michigan hires, a couple names that were brought out. You got BK, Brian Kelly. The media attempted to throw DeBoer out there. That's not going to happen. I can promise you. Kalen DeBoer is not leaving Alabama for the University of Michigan. It's not. No matter how much money you throw at it, Alabama is going to match it, and Alabama has no reason to match it because Kalen DeBoer is not even going to think about it. It's not going to
true.
happen. I don't even know who Michigan should get because, I don't
Urban
think you
Meyer.
probably let's
Urban Meyer.
wouldn't
Let's
that would
hire
be
another
actually
one.
that would be pretty funny if that happened. But I don't know who they get because I don't know who you can go get because Clark Lee just got an extension. Drink from Missouri got an extension. Campbell at Penn State now. Kiffin at LSU. Summerall at Florida. Golish at Auburn. Like a lot of these guys, they were already hired. And I listened to Josh Bates' show, and he said that the agents of these coaches and all that, what was going on behind the scenes was that they knew that this job was going to be opening up, and that's why when the rumor comes out that this was going on during the season, I believe because if the agents knew that this job was going to open up and these guys still got signed these extensions and still took these jobs, that makes me think that there's internally at Michigan, these coaches don't trust it. They don't trust what's going on. They don't have their affairs in order. As a coach, also as a coach, why would you want to be the guy to follow up this mess? I mean, this is
I
a
would
horrendous
wouldn't touch
mess.
this team with 12 football.
Yeah, yeah, I would not. I would not do that, and that's not fair to those players or the fan base. It sucks. It really does suck. The best thing for Michigan is just clean house, fire the athletic director, and start over.
Yeah, you
You
have to
won a
clean
national
house after
championship.
this.
You won a national championship. You went on a run against Ohio State. Keep talking about it and all that. You deserve it. But it's time to start over because it's pretty ugly there. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't.
that's just
maybe you go after maybe an NFL coordinator or something like that. I know a lot of people want Gruden.
I don't
There's
think
a
Gruden takes that job just because of this.
well, surprisingly, I mean, Gruden might be their best chance. To be honest, he might be the perfect guy to actually come in here and completely clean it up. He's got
It's
a
true.
great personality, and there's a he said it before. He said one time that his dream job was Michigan. So maybe you go get John Gruden, which, like I just said, I think that's probably the perfect guy to fix everything. But yeah, that's a pretty big mess there at Michigan. Nobody ever expected this at all. It'll be interesting to see how everything falls out from here. See what happens with it. Maybe Michigan go on, they can win national championship next year. You never know. Maybe they find the right guy to keep that roster intact. It could happen. The one thing is, Michigan has money. They got money to throw at these guys to keep them there. Maybe Bryce Underwood gets a raise. Does he deserve a raise? Nope, not at all. But
Nope.
you never know. Shep, anything you want to add on Michigan?
It's just crazy. I'm interested to see what they do. Just
Yeah, yeah. We'll keep you guys updated on what goes on there. I'm sure there will be a lot of details that come out here by the time that we record next. Probably record next Thursday. But Shep, anything to add? Do we have a quote of the day?
we'll do quote of the day. Yeah. Shout out Forrest. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get next.
Great quote. Great quote. Oh,
Shout
Shep, I
out.
also wanted to congratulate you on the War Room. You have beaten me in the football segment of the War Room. It's a wrap. So there's no comeback happening, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. I'm better. I
Yeah,
think I said it before the year that I know ball. I just know ball.
you got lucky. You got real lucky. I'm gonna win the basketball segment of it. We will do a War Room for basketball. We got to figure out some details on how to figure that out, but we'll handle that. But Shep, you want to send us off here?
Tell your boys you love them.
All right. We love you guys. We'll see you guys next time.